What's up, road trippers, ballpark fans, and baseball enthusiasts? My name's Nick Carey. Welcome to the American Ballpark Road Trip, where we explore teams, ballparks, and the communities they call home. Today we're taking you back in time with a team and a ballpark in a league of their own here in Dubois County, Indiana, in the city of Huntingburg, home of the Dubois County Bombers. So grab your favorite ballpark brew, sit back, relax, and enjoy the trip. Throughout this episode, we'll be speaking with here at League Stadium, and I am here with
I'm Keelie Dall from Jasper, Indiana.
I'm walking on historic 4th Street in Huntingburg, Indiana. Now, when we imagine somewhere listed on the National Register of Historic Places, we usually don't think about an entire street, but that's the case here in Huntingburg. In 1889, the original buildings that went along 4th Street here were destroyed by a fire, but since that time, it's been rebuilt, refurbished, and restored to its original Victorian-era glory. It's still a main focal point for local business here, a main thoroughfare, and they hold community events year-round. So when you're in town for a Bombers game, check out what is happening here on historic 4th Street, visit one of the local businesses, or one of the local eateries. One of the many small businesses thriving on Huntingburg's historic 4th Street is Marshall's Man Cave. This shop is part man cave, part museum, and has something for any sports, movie, or pop culture fanatic. Marshall's collection of vintage sports decor, comics, and collectibles at fair prices is second to none. There's also a full stock of autographed items and more artistic finds. Plus, they even support the Dubois County Bombers, their hometown baseball team. Across 4th Street is Old School Cafe and Bakery. Since opening in Huntingburg's former post office in 2009, they've specialized in creating a welcoming place for patrons to enjoy home-cooked entrees for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Plus, delicious drinks, sandwiches like the Wildcat Reuben, and specialties from the grill like the Jimmy Dugan, Stillwell, and Home Run Burgers. And don't forget their delicious desserts. Founded in 1818, Jasper, Indiana is the seat of Dubois County. And this city of more than 16,000 is a blend of that history and newer developments like Jasper River Center, a sprawling complex including apartments, eateries, businesses, and event spaces all along the Patoka River. This historic area of Jasper allows visitors to enjoy contemporary amenities just steps away from touch points in the city's history, including the Spirit of Jasper Train and Depot. The city of Jasper offers exciting excursions transporting riders back to the heyday of rail travel on vintage locomotives and passenger cars of the train. And in 2023, the Spirit of Jasper even partnered with the Bombers for 2 exclusive excursions to Bombers home games, including a League of Their Own night. While the National Baseball Hall of Fame resides in Cooperstown, New York, the Indiana Baseball Hall of Fame sits just 10 miles north of Huntingburg here in Jasper with the same mission: to preserve the history and recognize the legacy of legendary players, coaches, teams, umpires, contributors, and baseball executives from the Hoosier State. So let's see what Diamond Treasures and Tales this Hall of Fame holds. The Indiana Baseball Coaches Association awarded the Hall of Fame to the city of Jasper in 1977. In February of 1991, the Hall moved to its permanent home in the Alvin Ruxer Student Center on the campus of Vincennes University Jasper campus. Expansions occurred in 2007 and 2019 to make the Hall of Fame the 3,735 square foot trove of baseball history it is today. When I talk about legendary baseball players hailing from the state of Indiana, there are a number that also have plaques in the National Baseball Hall of Fame in addition to their ones here at the Indiana Baseball Hall of Fame, like Jasper native Scott Rowland, whose career started when he was drafted in 1993 out of Jasper High School. He went on to make multiple All-Star teams, be honored with the Gold Glove multiple times, be the Rookie of the Year, and join the 2006 St. Louis Cardinals. And that was all before he was inducted into the National Baseball Hall of Fame in 2023. Among the Hall of Fame's collection are Louisville Sluggers commemorating each high school state champion team since 1967, tributes to ballparks and teams statewide and local to Jasper, and true artifacts of big league baseball history. Another ball player receiving special recognition here in the Indiana Baseball Hall of Fame is Don Mattingly. And Donnie Baseball, as he has been known, started his career in the amateur ranks just an hour away from here in Evansville, Indiana, and was a fixture during his childhood and high school years at Bosse Field, which we've previously featured here on the show. Now, his career from Evansville extended to a few decades with the New York Yankees as a staple and one of the prime players of his era. And then he carried that success off the field as the manager of both the Dodgers and Marlins from 2011 to 2022. So there's no wonder, with decades as a fixture in baseball, in addition to his work coming home to the community in Evansville, that he is specially honored here in the Indiana Baseball Hall of Fame. The Hall of Fame is home to hundreds of artifacts across all eras and levels of the game, from amateur to Negro League to Major League, donated by members and citizens of Indiana. If you plan to visit, give yourself plenty of time to see it all. And the Hall of Fame is a nonprofit, so if you'd like to make a donation of your own, financially or with an artifact, call the number on your screen. Now, we'll head south back to Huntingburg for the ball game. The grounds League Stadium sits on have hosted baseball since 1894, when the original grandstand was built to host crowds for the Dubois County Fair. In the 1950s, semi-pro teams took over the ballpark, like the Huntingburg Merchants. But by 1973, the county fair had moved to a new site, and 10 years later, 2/3 of the grandstand had been raised, leaving behind only the portion behind home plate. Then in 1991, with the assistance of Huntingburg's mayor, Connor Nass, Hollywood came to town to produce a league of their own. A crew of 36 construction workers spent 10 weeks building this 2,800-seat ballpark. In 2005, after several independent teams called this ballpark home, the Dubois County Bombers were established and have been entertaining fans from home and afar since. In some ballparks, just taking a seat is like going back in history. As of early 2023, the lower level of League Stadium received these new seats, but their predecessors were a piece of baseball history. The orange and red seats that once populated the first 10 rows of the lower grandstand were actually relocated from Atlanta's Fulton County Stadium when it was demolished in 1997. These more modern, wider seats were swapped in for those old ones and keep the same major league feel. Those old seats were in the upper tier of Atlanta Fulton County Stadium and saw some history of their own, like 4 Braves division titles, 4 National League pennants, and a 1995 World Series championship. But now, these new seats bring fans a bit of ballpark comfort while providing League Stadium with a classic ballpark look. There's No Crying in Baseball is ranked by the American Film Institute 54th on their list of 100 greatest movie quotes of all time. Well, that line, screamed at Evelyn Gardner, played by Biddy Scram, by Jimmy Dugan, played by Tom Hanks, in the film A League of Their Own, was filmed here at League Stadium. And obviously, the quote lives on. What keeps you coming back to this ballpark?
Well, I mean, with being born and raised in Dubois County, I love to see the tradition of the game continue. Gunnar, our son, loves to watch League of Their Own, where it was filmed here, so we're really happy, proud that we have such an iconic video that was filmed in our neck of the woods. So, I mean, who wouldn't want to come spend Saturday night with entertainment, beer, and good baseball?
Bombers Gift Shop at League Stadium and DCBombers.com are one-stop shops for all things Dubois County Bombers and the League of Their Own for fans of the team or the classic movie. From retro-inspired looks to uniquely crafted items, the Bombers offer something for fans of all ages. Much like Bosse Field in Evansville, which we explored on a previous 2-part episode of ABRT, League Stadium shows the remnants of, and the Bombers team takes pride in the fact that this was a production location for the film A League of Their Own. While Bosse Field was the on-screen home of the Racine Bells, League Stadium served as the home of the Rockford Peaches. And we're lucky enough to explore this ballpark here on A League of Their Own night.
Just like in the days of the All-American Girls Professional Baseball League, and during the filming of the movie, during our visit, the Bombers hosted a friendly game between the Rockford Peaches and the Racine Bells, starring local athletes on the field at League Stadium.
Four years after the production of A League of Their Own, Hollywood came to League Stadium again for the production of the HBO film Soul of the Game. It stars Delroy Lindo as Satchel Paige, Michael T. Williamson as Josh Gibson, and Blair Underwood as Jackie Robinson in that pivotal but once overlooked time of baseball called the Negro League era. Each of those players struggles to be the first player to integrate Major League Baseball in the 20th century, and League Stadium in the film, especially in the early parts, stands in for Kansas City's Blue Stadium, home of the Monarchs from the 1943 to 54 seasons. The legendary Satchel Paige actually did pitch a game here in the early 1960s when he was probably in his mid-50s in age, but that makes this the fifth ballpark we visited on ABRT where Satchel Paige took the mound.
With our sightseeing complete and the field ready for first pitch, it's game time.
And Keelie, you have the whole family here as well. So is this the regular family thing? Are you at every game?
Saturday night, we're always here. Any home game, we're also here. We're season ticket holders.
Okay, season ticket holders, and you were telling me you all are a host family as well?
We are. Yep, we're host number 23, Stone Silver. He's a right-handed pitcher.
And what a baseball name, Stone Silver.
Stone Silver.
So what got you involved with the Bombers? Is it just being local from Jasper here in Dubois County? And
so all of us were clearly born and raised here in Dubois County. My husband's actually a former baseball coach for Jasper High School.
Okay.
So baseball kind of runs in our blood. So we have always been kind of foreign exchange students, parents, so we hosted exchange students. And so we wanted to kind of change it up, so we went towards just the summer thing with the summer baseball player. And so we got involved with, or we got in contact with Justin, and he hooked us up with a great player.
Their home field at League Stadium has garnered praise for the Bombers since the team was founded in 2005. And the club continues to soar in other areas as it provides quality competition for players, exciting gameplay for fans, plus unique and often tongue-in-cheek entertainment on and off the field. The Bombers ensure everyone from the bat boy to the umpire are involved in the game day experience. Continuing stadium improvements and ownership dedicated to maintaining the Bombers' top-flight status among college summer teams makes bright flying for the team's future.
What have you felt about the kind of upgrades or
Yeah.
refreshes to the ballpark?
I mean,
here?
I think the kids can recite certain things by heart now, so the entertainment is spot on. We have many giggles, and we always talk about the dizzy bat spin when we go home about how funny it is every single time.
And it's a ballpark staple, so it's
Yeah.
glad after all these years people are still enjoying it, and the Bombers keep it alive, obviously.
Yeah.
Bombers fans have plenty of reasons to run to the concession stands at League Stadium with a full menu of food and drink options, plus additions as of 2023 like the Sweet Spot Candy Corner and Peaches Wine Bar.
All right, Ballpark fans, instead of doing a concessions feature this game, we're going to do a drink feature, and you've probably seen this person in various shots in the corner of certain shots of ABRT. This is Lauren. She usually runs the camera for us, so she is going to try some of the signature drinks here from the Dubois County Bombers. So, Lauren, which one are you trying first?
The famous peach wine slushie.
All
Got
right.
some rock candy
Rock candy, looks like a slice of peach in there. Maybe some blueberry, blackberry. So, give it a sip. Tell us how it is.
very good.
It's very good. Super sweet.
Not overly sweet like you would think. It's just the right amount.
All right. So, number one, Lauren approved. And she has another one. This one crafted by Tom Hanks himself. It is called the Dugan here. And it is a cocktail made with champagne and Diet Coke.
Also very good.
A little bit of after kick on that
Brain
one that you can't say, oh, it's a brain freeze. It is rather warm here. So that is your beverage feature of the game for two of the signature drinks here at League Stadium in Huntingburg, Indiana, home of the Dubois County Bombers.
As the Bombers play on the field, the fun continues all game long in the grandstand.
Get back, so it's true. Root for the Bombers. If they don't win, it's a shame. Fellas. 1, 2, 3, Give yourself a nice hand. Come on, Bombers, let's get some. Holy cow.
The Bombers are a summer collegiate team, so the quality talent on the field each summer comes from universities from around the country. During a player's summer with the Bombers, the team's front office aims to, quote, create the best possible environment for players to focus on baseball while having the best summer of their lives." End quote. Since 2005, that quality experience has allowed Bombers teams to take home 4 league titles and make an indelible impact on their surrounding communities. There's little doubt, as the Bombers promise, that everything done by the team and at League Stadium is done to create the best possible experience for both players and fans.
What makes this team, at least from your perspective, especially as a local, so special, and what does this team mean to the county and the Huntingburg community?
I mean, especially being a young parent with young children, these boys sure do keep the game entertaining for our kids. And if they only knew how much these little kids looked up to these boys swinging those bats every night, I think their attitude towards the game would be spot on too. So, I mean, our little boy thinks all these boys hung this moon. So, I mean, what a better team to play for than the Dubois County Bombers.
That's the purpose of baseball, especially in communities and leagues and with teams like this, to stay engaged in community and provide baseball for it.
Yeah.
All right, good job, kids.
Thanks for joining me on this episode of the American Ballpark Road Trip here from Huntingburg, Indiana, home of the Dubois County Bombers at League Stadium. It's been a fantastic experience, and this ballpark and team are must-sees for both baseball and movie fans alike. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe to our channel here on YouTube, follow us on your preferred social media, and share this episode with your fellow ballpark travelers and baseball fans. So once again, thank you for joining me, and we'll see you on the road. Thank you so much, first of all, for what you do in hosting a player, providing a home and a family system, and for sitting down with us for a few minutes.
You're welcome. Thank you so much.